Welcome to part one of things that I see when I'm auditing a website. This is one of the big things that I look for, especially for a site that has a lot of content, is if they have a process in place to update existing content. So whether you're outsourcing your SEO or you're doing your content and your SEO yourself, you don't really want to just be publishing content and then just letting content that you've got just sort of go by the wayside. So here's some things that you can look for in Search Console and the types of things that you can do to get existing content back to where it needs to be. So a big thing that I see is that URLs that have the year in the name. So ideally you don't want to do this, so you don't want the year in the URL, because every time you update the article, so if it updates to a new year, then you have to change the URL, then you've got to go back through a whole other indexing process. So for example here, instead of having 2025, 2026 in the URL, say Salesforce, they've got 2026 in the title tag, 2026 references in the article, but the URL is just very plain and straightforward. But if you do have these, then this is a good way going into Search Console to look at it. So pages that contain the year, or you could just look at queries, query filter for the year that references that. Maybe there's some that you can already see a dip, so you can just go to comparing URLs, so you can do 6 months versus the previous, see which ones have dipped. The main things that I would be looking for there are, what are the opportunities for adding to the content rather than just adding keywords for the sake of it? Have things changed over time? Is there new technology, new strategies, new product lines, whatever it is that you're referencing that the existing article doesn't? And also you really need to look at how the SERPs have shifted over time and how competitors are outranking you ultimately. So what are they including that your older pieces haven't, and what could then have led to that decline outside of you just not updating the content? And we'll look at more examples of how we can better existing content in future videos.